When his girlfriend is kidnapped by an aging supervillain, Noah and his roommate Cody must unite a team of unorthodox superpowered citizens to not only rescue the girl, but stop the villain's plans of world domination. In Nobody's Hero, the latest novel from your boy Crypto Comics and the Lost Library. Available right now in digital and print form on Amazon.com. Hello, all you beautiful people in Webtown, and welcome back to Crypto Comics' marvelous Malibu March. Just keeps on chugging along as we continue this week-long journey through the solution. In particular, we're talking about the solution's origin. We covered the origin of tech, how she lost her family's electronics company, and the story continues in issue number 7, which we're going to get into right now. This is Shadow Mage. This is Dropkick.
This is Cheng. Layla Cho and Troy Wilde are at the cemetery, visiting the grave of her father. It's the perfect opportunity for snipers. Can you send some over quickly?
Stand by. So, you were about to tell your father about me. Yeah, it was just after I escaped from the boardroom. Unbidden, the memories hit her again, while they're still fresh in her mind. Her father's sudden death, the company she inherited, and the board who wouldn't accept her. The wetware implants she paid for to make her the mistress of electronic devices, only to find the Dragon Fang Triad had anticipated her every move and stolen her company. She barely escaped with her life. Payback, Part 2, written by James D. Hudnall, God rest his soul. Penciled by John Statima, and inks by Thomas Floramonte. It's a Floramonte. I hope it's a Floramonte. Wait. Where am I missing? She barely escaped with her life and ended up in New York in the tail end of winter. March snow was melting and people's breath turned to dragon steam. Paranoia wrapped around her like a cloak since her escape. She knew she was a marked woman now. Sooner or later, they would come after her. So she went looking for the one person she felt could help her. We're closed. I'm here to see Peter. It's okay, Steve. Come on up, Layla. Man, I missed you. What have you been up to? A world of hurt? After a few pleasantries, they sit and she begins to tell her story. His face hardens over the course of it, and a few times his eyes burn with rage. But when she finishes, he relaxes like a man who's been through an ordeal that's finally over. Man, there's something else, but I don't know what to tell you. I may be a man with connections, but the Dragon Fang's a little out of my scope. Peter Bazzini was her lover for 3 of the years she spent in college. He's a man with many powerful connections, and her only real hope. Peter, I really need your help. I don't know anyone else with your connections. Isn't there something you can do? I wish there was, but you're dealing with an international crime cartel. I know a few made guys in the combination, but they're not going to be any help to you. Wait a minute. I think I may have an idea. Yeah. Give this guy a call. He's a professional troubleshooter, and he's more plugged into things than even I am. He's in town right now. I saw him the other day. He's going to be your best bet. Troy Wilde. They put a real phone number in there. Ballsy. Back at her hotel, Layla made the call to Troy Wilde, then settled into bed. She activated the wetware in her brain, and 5 communications satellites in orbit became her slaves. Through them, she contacted bank computers around the globe, transferred her money to new accounts, closing old ones. She started dummy corporations, bought stocks on 6 different exchanges. She bought and sold real estate. All this was done in the space of several hours. She did this to protect what was left of her wealth. Little did she know, she was laying the groundwork for what was to come. Nearby, at another fancy hotel, a woman was also using powers to ensure success. Her name is Casino. She's a freelance troubleshooter for hire. The Dragon Fang enlisted her to find Layla Cho and bring her back alive, if possible. Casino has a reputation for being a psychic tracker, and it didn't take her long to find Layla in New York. After 15 minutes of tarot reading, she figured out where Layla could be found that night. The forces of fate were coming together for a serious collision. Project Echo. The uproarious escapades continue with the release of 5 new Project Akko adventures. It is one outrageous battle after another, featuring the incredibly strong Akko, brilliant Biko, and the airhead Seiko. From battling the forces of evil to fighting with each other, they band together to rescue the maroon spaceship, compete for the attention of a handsome motorcyclist, and even attempt to save the universe from total destruction, only $29.95 each, on VHS. Call Manga Mania Club of America. Layla had arranged to meet Troy Wilde at her friend's club. She got there a little early in order to Perrier. She surveyed the room, seeing happy people with normal lives who weren't being hunted. People whose only worries were things like taxes, their boss, family problems. She envied them, wishing her life could be normal again, but somehow knowing it never would be. While Layla was lost in these musings, her eyes never set upon the woman who'd come for her. But Casino had seen Layla and was waiting for the right moment to strike. Then she looked to the door and realized trouble had entered the room. Damn! In their profession, it was not uncommon to know what a competitor looked like. Troy Wilde had never met Casino, but she knew him by sight and knew he must have come here to meet Layla Cho. This was not allowed.
Ah! Cut the ear off a guy. I love it.
Casino, why are you trying to kill me?
You're in my way.
Big mistake.
Yeah!
Like everyone in the club, the fight took Layla by surprise. But she knew the man had to be Troy. So who was the woman? An old enemy of his? Or was the woman out to get her? Was she working for the Dragon Fang?
Come with me. This looks bad. I've called the police.
What about Troy?
He can handle himself. Don't worry.
Who hired you?
None of your business. Ding.
Poof. And he spits the card back at her, catches it in his mouth, and spits it back and shook. It's a weird choice, but it's the one part of this comic book I'm not really caring for. Oh, I missed the gag. Game over.
Game over.
Time for a new one.
Kadoom. Damn. Police, everyone on the floor. What the hell happened here?
Troy, Layla, Troy. You two better take off. I'll deal with the police.
Thanks, Pete.
They went out to the street to hail a cab, Troy keeping an eye out for Casino. Soon they were at a Chinese restaurant on the west side, and as far as they knew, Casino hadn't tailed them. The Jade Princess, Mandarin-style food. That woman was in my line of work. Somehow, she knew we were going to meet and tried to stop it. Someone like her doesn't come cheap, so do you mind telling me who's out to get you? The Dragon Fang. Scared? No, but I have to wonder why they'd send someone like Casino after you. Well, it all started when my father died. She told him the story over dinner, telling him even about the wetware implants that made her an Ultra. This part seemed to interest him the most, though the whole story held him spellbound. Man, that's some tale. The question is, can you help me? Or are you willing to? You looked pretty good back there at that club. Where'd you learn Kung Fu? What style was that?
One question at a time, all right?
First off, yeah, I'll help you, but it won't come cheap. You have a major problem, and it's not the kind that goes away overnight. As for the rest, I really can't tell you. Let's just say it's part of my mysterious past and leave it at that, okay? Oh, there's a mystery to unravel with the boy. All right, I'll trust you because Pete said you were good, but to be honest, I don't know who I can believe anymore. The only thing I know is that I need a few more people to help me out, preferably Ultras. Do you know any?
No, but I know where we can find some. It's going to require some traveling, and you're going to find the place really strange.
Oh yeah? I find that hard to believe. You're talking to someone who's been all over the world.
I'm not talking about a country that's all that strange, or the city for that matter. The city's London. You've probably been there, so it won't seem strange. And the area we need to visit is in the West End, where all the cool theaters and clubs are. The place we have to go is an ordinary-looking pub on an ordinary street, but looks are deceiving.
So this is it, huh? I hope it was worth the trip.
Believe me, it is. Hey, Colin, I brought a new customer.
So I see. She's one of the initiated, I hope.
Better. She's an Ultra.
Oh, aye? Welcome to the dog shop, then. Way, I never would have guessed. This place seems ancient.
The pub's been around a few hundred years, but it was built over something much, much older.
I know you wanted to surprise me, but can you give me a clue?
This place used to be a Roman temple back in the days when London was a Roman settlement called Londinium. Ever since the Dark Ages, it's been kept a secret by pagans and occult practitioners because it's a magic nexus. Back in the 1800s, it became an occult store. Since World War II, it's also served as a place where people with unique talents could meet each other. There's only 2 such places in the world. This is the most well-known.
Troy, long time no see.
Diana, this is Layla Cho. She's come to use the board.
Greetings. Hi. What kind of board do you have? A Ouija board or something? Ha ha ha! That's funny. We have a computer bulletin board, of course. People can call in from all over the world and leave messages on it. But most choose to meet here. It's a place where fate often comes together for good or ill. Bulletin boards were like Facebook groups before Facebook. I don't know how to equate it to Instagram or Snapchat now. It's just the Facebook groups. It's the only thing you can equate it to. Or a private group DM, I guess, maybe, too. Bulletin boards, yes. Welcome to the 90s. What a prophetic statement.
Layla, move!
I've had enough of you. Tell your masters I'm not going to let them win. Tell them yourself. I'll be bringing you to them shortly. Talka! What? I don't understand what's happened to her. Here. She just looks down and... I don't think this place should be marred by violence. So I froze her. Are you okay? Yeah, but what do you mean froze? Oh, just a little air-one magic. She'll snap out of it in a few hours. Magic? Ah! Troy, are you okay?
No, my eyes! The witch caught me in the eyes! The memory of that moment sends a wave of sadness through Layla. Sometimes the past can hurt you bad, but the present can hurt you more. I've got her in my sights. Just say the word. To be continued.
And over here, James Hudnall gives his CompuServe number. Yeah, and you can check him out on the internet at 76507.1175 at CompuServe.com. He's also on the Rhyme comic book forum if you call local BBSs. But yeah, any letters or comments sent via email will also be considered for the letters page if you didn't know. That's awesome. James, God rest your soul. This is the issue where Jack Kirby died. Oh, firearm. We've got that all. Yeah, you can check all that out in the back issue bins. Big time, baby. Hold on. We're not done. Because this is like to be continued, right? They got their sights set on Layla Cho. So we gotta see what's going on with Layla Cho. Okay, here we go. I have Layla Cho in my sights. Say the word and she's snuffed. Stand by. We're sending in more agents to ensure success. We don't want to fail this time. Roger. She came to pay her respects to her late father and to bring him up to date on all that had happened since his death. In traditional Chinese culture, your ancestors are supposed to look down on you from heaven and protect you. But Layla Cho is a modern woman and prefers to take care of herself. Troy Wilde has come to share in her moment of silence and remembrance. It all goes back to the beginning. And this covers what we just talked about. They went to the dark shop. Troy lifts his eyes. That's really nice. This is a really nice image. Beautiful.
My eyes! She's got me in the eyes!
Oh no, somebody call an ambulance. That's not possible in this place. It must be kept secret. Let me see what... Oh my, I'm afraid this is beyond my skill. You'll have to leave and take your friend to a hospital, but you mustn't tell them that the crime occurred here. Don't worry, Diana, we won't. How did you freeze Casino? Erewhon magic. What's an Erewhon? I am. And who are you? My name is Era. And you? Layla Cho. It's nice to meet you, Era. I'd like to talk to you later if you have time. I have a business proposition for you. It's just like, let's just leave Troy down here while you make friends real quick. I need help with a major problem. Can you? Okay, great. I'm going to take you, Troy. Here we go, Troy. We're walking now. And then Shadow Mage wipes out her memory for the last month so she doesn't remember coming here. Gets him to the hospital. I'm really sorry. This is all my fault. I wish I could help you.
There is a way you could help. You can get me some new eyes from those people that made you into an Ultra.
Somewhere on the island of Taiwan, the overlords of the Dragon Fang assemble for their monthly enclave. At the head of the table is Quan Yun, boss of bosses. He says nothing as his underlings talk. They discuss pornography and drugs and the latest killings that have to be made. Accounts are tallied up, grosses and interest analyzed, transactions listed. Business is good, real good. The acquisition of hypersonic has only added to their combined wealth. But there's one thing still unresolved. Quan Yun speaks, and every eye in the room is upon him.
Layla Cho, has she been dealt with yet?
We sent Casino after her, but Casino hasn't reported in lately. She's never failed to report before. Last time she reported that she traced Layla Cho to London.
Then let our London people get them after Layla Cho. I want her dead.
And they fill her in on the deal. What do you want to talk about? But Shadow Mage is suspicious. Methinks you're not telling me the whole story. But you've told me enough. He told you the truth. He just didn't say how serious the people I'm up against are. Silence! Mir Cho Chi! What have you done? Shh! Don't interrupt. A vast crime cartel spanning the globe. A man who isn't a man plotting death and destruction. A woman who is his eternal foe. A battle on the moon to answer the secrets of the Ultras. A madman from an underground civilization declaring himself ruler of a new nation. An invasion of the Darkur, an enemy who is pursued by his people. The forces of fate are in motion, and we can't resist. Our paths are driving us together into the future. So yeah, we got a lot of context there with the breakthrough event. Back issue bins, check it out. Yeah, we're just getting started though. In the Ultraverse. That's the truth. I'll have to join your group, and I have problems of my own, and oh look, a Darkur! He doesn't see us yet, but be warned, they're among the deadliest of creatures. They can change shape and become horrific beasts of destruction. They're almost impossible to kill, unless you can find their true life center. And they are vicious beyond belief. The Darkur are the mortal enemies of my people. If he sees me, there will be trouble. I'll admit he's weird looking, but come on. If there were people like that, it would be on the news. He is not of this world, nor am I. How do you explain the way I froze that woman? I don't know, but Verk had a funny feeling when he entered the pub. The smells were different here, as if old magic permeated every stone or welled up from below. And then he caught that unmistakable scent amidst all the others. Erwan. He knows I'm here. They have an accursed sense of smell. Get ready for trouble. Damn, I hate this blind crap. Oh! Boom! Oh!
Rah! That was a lucky shot. Come and try again.
What's going on? That guy Era pointed out is fighting some kind of monster. It's a Darkur war beast. Why would it be after a fellow Darkur? And he, mutates, right? Pikachu is evolving into Raichu.
Okay, sucker. You've had it now. Now what?
They're fighting, except that guy's changed into a monster. I can't believe it. Oh, wow. Erwan does it. Boom, boom, boom.
Why'd you do that, Erwan?
Because I realized who you were. Prophecy foretold an enemy who was pursued by his people. You're the fourth member. You were telling the truth. Please accept my apologies, but it was hard for me to believe. I understand. No offense was taken, but we must be away from this place. The police will be coming soon. They got away quickly. Verk reassumed his human shape, and they began to talk. Layla thought it was all too convenient that they should meet so coincidentally, but Era said it wasn't. The recent events in your life were fate's way of putting you on the path. We all have important roles to play in the near future. This was all meant to be.
I don't believe in that fate crap. And frankly, I find the idea of teaming up with two humans and an Erwin to be slumming.
And would you rather be alone against those who would kill you?
No.
Then I guess that settles it. And so the solution was born. Though it was several weeks before they actually had a name, Troy was sent to Newware and received enhanced reflexes and strength. He was given wetware implants so he could communicate by radio using his mind. And he was given new eyes. The only drawback was that these eyes looked strange, but they had much better sight than any humans. Layla started buying real estate around the world, which could be used as bases. All of these were bought by dummy corporations she set up to help elude the Dragon Fang. And elude them they did. Kuan Yun's rage mounted with every failure. Casino turned up in London, unable to recall how she got there. No trace of Layla Cho could be found. For some reason, Casino's psychic powers were now being thwarted. It was as if Layla Cho had magic on her side. And soon after, Dragon Fang operations were being systematically hit by a band of ultras. They eventually revealed themselves as the solution, with Layla Cho as the leader. Now the Fang was desperate to have her stopped. Well, I guess we should be getting back now.
You have clearance. Kill them. Whap! Wood! You didn't think she'd be stupid enough to come here without backup, did you?
When you wake up, tell your bosses they've only made us more determined to beat them. Talmu! Oh.
Yara, what is wrong?
I just had the weirdest sensation. Like my doom was approaching.
What?
Somewhere in North America. Hey, and that's it, you know? Check this out. This was good. This was good. And this was good. But then it started to get wonky, and it just suddenly abruptly went into this alternate fantasy universe where before we had sort of this Mission Impossible superhero team with this espionage thriller bend to it, and then it very quickly descends into Magic World, and it just stays in Magic World, and then until they got to come back for the hostile takeover thing we've talked about in the past, which not fully covered, but you know, in some of the books we've talked about, we've seen it, and it just, when they get back, it gets wonkier and wonkier, and you don't even want to continue it. I mean, seriously, I'm extremely disappointed with what happened in this book, and you know, they finally try to get back to the story of Layla Cho getting her family's company back, but it just falls flat, and it's the last issue, is issue 17. And I'm so disappointed that this ended so flat after they finally reveal the origin of Layla and all the members of the team and how they got together. And very saddened, you know. There is this one thing that they did that I will also share with you here today on Crypto Comics. You get those books out of the way, the crappy ones. You know, this guy right here. Just pull this out. Right now, impromptu. Boom. Solution issue number 0. We've talked about Rune issue number 0. It was also a flip book that was on the back side of a bunch of comics for a month, and you had to, like, if you bought all the Ultraverse titles that month, you would get 3 pages and 3 pages and 3 pages and 3 pages that amounted to Rune issue number 0 and kind of told the part of the backstory of the character. And we covered that here on Crypto Comics. In the back issue bins, you can find it. But it also shipped with the Solution issue number 0. And I was super excited to find this. I felt very lucky to find this because I couldn't get it online. And boy, it really fell flat. And it, you know, it's one of these books. And I would be fine if it stayed this way, but and then you got to turn it back this way. Okay. Okay. Oh, and then I got to turn it back this way. Okay. And then I got to turn it back this way. And I've gone to Arizona for some training in this, just so you know. Okay. Okay. And then go back this way. Okay. Okay. And then this. And then I go back. Okay. Okay. And then I got to go this way. Okay. Okay. And then I go this way. Okay. And then I go this way. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay. Oh, and then stay this way. Okay. I'm going to stay this way. Okay. Okay. So, oh, no. Okay. And then I got to go back this way. Okay. Okay. Stay this way. Stay this way. I gotta go back this way. What do you think of this? How about this, huh? And then finally, you know, this is my kind of training exercise. It was a good time. Whatever. Some sketches. Super disappointing for me, personally. They should have just kept it all going one way or the other. So I'm just pretty roundly disappointed with how the solution ended. And I almost feel like James Hudnall was forced to go an entirely different direction. But I don't know. I can't confirm that. I wish I could. I know that the writers of the Ultraverse started to feel a little restricted and restrained as time went on. And unfortunately, the solution is really good if you get issues 1 through 7. And after, well, actually, you need issue 8 also because you want the end of the story arc there. But I just like these covers. They're better. They don't have a wonky monster on them. And yeah, this is it right here. I wish it would have stuck around. How come they didn't cross over with Firearm? They would have been perfect with Firearm. Especially after this one that we covered in our last Ultraverse video that really felt much more like it was a Firearm comic book. Totally just, wow. Wow, I don't know how you go from this to crazy fantasy land where your espionage team is now fighting fantastical creatures. Whatever. So sadly, this is going to be the last time we talk about the solution in our journey through Malibu Comics Ultraverse. And I'm left disappointed. Like, we got some great stories out of it, but it's really just the tip of the iceberg with these characters. And it's unfortunate that the people who own the rights to these characters have not been able to do anything with them in 25 friggin' years. It's sad and disappointing, but it is what it is, you know? If you want to not be disappointed in a story, I know you weren't disappointed in this story, but subsequent issues you would have been disappointed. Something that won't disappoint you, my brand new book. It's called Nobody's Hero. It's available right now, and it's about what it's like to grow up as a normal person living in a world filled with superheroes. Available in digital and print form on Amazon.com. Check it out right now. If you liked this video, thumbs up this video, share these videos. If you're new, subscribe, hit the ding dong for notifications, then dive into the back issue bins and check out everything we've been doing here at Crypto Comics. I will return next week with more totally awesome comic book reviews for Marvelous Malibu March right here on Crypto Comics.